Hey y'all, what's up? This your girl Miss Mink, and you are officially in Mink's room. Today we are here to talk about Bad Boys Texas Season 2, Episode 2. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the episode starts off right where we left off, with Relly B and Big Lou getting into a scuffle, honey, over a fight that had nothing to do with neither one of them. Relly B feels like Chef D, he jumped into the fight between Jonathan and Anthony, and he felt like that was wrong. And Big Lou was telling Relly B, like, that's not what happened, that's not what went down. So he gets upset, and he claims that Relly B jumped in his face, which he didn't. He just walked up because he heard his name being talked about. Big Lou gets upset and pushes Relly B back, and when he does, y'all, he uppercut the hell out that nigga. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, he got his ass twice. And you see security trying to break it up. And Relly B, he got a death grip on Big Lou's head, honey. He would not loosen his grip, y'all. And then security finally got him to let him go. Then Relly B tells Big Lou, yeah, ho, that's why you got uppercut twice, ho. Big Lou, he huffing and puffing, walking around talking about, that's your friend, nigga, you should have helped your friend. Is that your friend? Help your friend. Next thing you know, he asked for a scrunchie. With his diva ass. Can I get a scrunchie? Can I get a shot of Casamigos? He is pissed because he know Relly B just dog walked his ass real quick. That's what you get for talking shit. Talk shit, get hit. Straight up. So then we see Relly B and Jonathan on the side talking, and Jonathan like, yo, what happened? What was that about? And Relly B was like, shit, he got in my face and he pushed me. So you saw I had to uppercut his ass twice. Gave him a mean, nasty uppercut. 2 times. Boop, boop. Jonathan is trying not to laugh because he saw that shit. He tried to play it off and act like he wasn't laughing at the shit, but he was. So then Carry On and Mo City JB, they walk over to Jonathan and Relly B, and they was like, yo, y'all good? Y'all straight? And Relly B was like, yeah, I'm not for that jumping shit. And when I spoke up on it, he had a problem with it, and he pushed me, so I had to tag his ass. And then out of nowhere, Jonathan asked Carry On, damn, nigga, you just got out of jail? And then Carry On was like, I did. I was like, where'd that come from? But I guess he was talking about how he was dressed. And he said, nigga, you look like you just got out of jail. Damn, Jonathan. So then JB and Jonathan, they talking to the side. He dapped him up and was like, yo, that was crazy, but I understand you had to do what you had to do. He was like, yeah, I ain't playing with that hoe. I told that hoe when I see her, I was going to see her. And I saw her. Meanwhile, on the other side of the parking lot, we see Big Lou talking shit still. He over there with Chef D telling him, yeah, man, I don't care about that jumping shit, man. That's not what that was. And he running his mouth and all that shit, man. Fuck him. So at this point, Relly B, he goes and he walk over there to where Chef D and Big Lou is at. And I love how nonchalant he was when he walked up and was like, hey, y'all good? So Big Lou, he starts popping off again. He was like, bitches, you good? Relly B was like, yeah, I'm fine. So then Big Lou, he tells Relly B, man, you said that was your friend. You kept saying, my friend, my friend. So all I'm saying is if you felt like that, your friend was getting jumped and you should have jumped in and helped your friend. And Relly B was like, first of all, I never said my friend. All I said was that was no jumping gonna go on. Chef D, right before we started, didn't I tell you there ain't no jumping shit going on? Didn't I say that? And Chef D was like, yeah, you did. You said that. And Relly B was like, okay then, so you need to tell your lab rat that. He called that nigga a lab rat, y'all. But he was like, shit, that's where the miscommunication came in at. You need to let him know that. Because then I wouldn't have to uppercut him twice for no reason. Yo, I love me some Relly B. Yo, he kept it all the way 100. For real, though. If he wouldn't have been running his mouth, then he wouldn't have got popped. Straight up. Then out of nowhere, we see Orlando Brown over in the cut watching everything go down, talking about something. Does anybody got any popcorn? In his confessional, he talking about some, yo, I was just asking him where the snacks is at, because this shit was fucking entertaining. So back to the drama. We see security trying to get in between Relly B and Big Lou, who's still going off, running his mouth. His voice is so annoying, but he's going off. And Relly B, he's not really on that. He's calm. He's very calm, and he's trying to talk to him, like, really get through to him. Like, yo, this is how I felt. I said what I said. You got in my face and pushed me. That's why we fought. And that's why I had to uppercut your ass. Once Relly B broke it down like that, I think he finally got the picture and he realized he already embarrassed himself enough. So they ended up dapping it up and calling it a truce. And the night is finally over, y'all. So the next day, you guys, the boys wake up in the hotel and they're all leaving to go get on the Sprinter van to go to the first house. So they all loading up and packing out. And there's 2 Sprinter vans. And the first Sprinter van, we got Jonathan, Big Lou, Chef D, Mo City JB, and Raz B. And in the second Sprinter, we got Prince, Orlando Brown, Dorelli, Carry-On, and Banga. So in Sprinter 2, we see Relly B telling the boys that he's cool with Jonathan and he's cool with Anthony, and he don't like the way things went down, and he don't like the way the Chef D jumped in the fight. And then you see Banga, soon as he heard Chef D's name, he was like, yeah, I don't like that bitch Chef D. Relly B was like, oh Lord. Banga says in his confession note that he don't fuck with Chef D or what he did, and clearly Jonathan does not need any help when it comes to fighting. Relly B asked Carry-On, do you know what happened? Do you know where this all started from? And Carry-On was like, oh, you talking about the shit from last year when we all went to the thing? Talking about Rio's party. Then we cut over to Sprinter 1 where Jonathan is sitting there talking to the boys, telling them his side. And he was like, look, I saw him. I told him I was going to see him when I saw him. And it was up. I ain't doing no talking. I ain't asking no questions. I'm just going to get the banging. And JB was like, yeah, that's that Texas shit right there. He already know what's up. Jonathan says in his confessional, bitch, if Anthony's at that house, it's going down. Big Lou, he starts running his mouth, talk about, yeah, I be telling Jonathan sometimes he be blacking out and he just go off. And Jonathan was like, bitch, I want to black out, bitch. That want to black out. That was straight skill, okay? That was planned. I knew what the hell I was doing. I want no damn blackout. He checked his ass real quick. And then Chef D says in his confessional, do I feel bad about what happened to Anthony? Nah, that bitch got what she deserved. I said, damn, that's messed up. But you know what? That's going to bite him in the ass when they get to the house. Just wait for it. We switch back to the other Sprinter, and Relly B is telling the guys that he just wants Jonathan and Anthony to sit down and have a conversation and talk. Prince tells everybody that he's cool with Jonathan and Chef D, and he ain't picking no sides. He's trying to stay neutral. And he says that Jonathan is a strong-ass nigga, and he is not trying to get into it with his ass. And Banga pipes up and says, well, motherfucking Banga is here, and I'm not here for no drama, no nothing. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. I just want to turn up and have fun, be my energetic self like I always do, and that's it. And everybody can agree that that's what they're there for. They're there to have fun, enjoy themselves, turn up, live it up, bad boy style. So clearly you can see that everybody that's in Sprinter 2, that's the chill people. But the ones over there in Sprinter 1, those are the ones that's going to pop shit off. I feel like that was purposely planned for some reason. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I did peep that, though. But I also peeped in the background that Jonathan's truck was following the Sprinter number 1. I was like, yo, is that Jonathan's truck in the bike? Who driving the truck? So speaking of Sprinter number 1, Jonathan asked the boys what do they expect when they get to the house. Big Lou tried to answer him, and Jonathan shuts his ass down real quick. He said, shut up, bitch. He be bitching him this whole episode, y'all. He is just giving me scary vibes. Like, he a scary-ass nigga. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all think Big Lou a scary nigga or no? But he laughs it off and acts like Jonathan won't dead-ass serious, but he was. JB says he's anxious, but he don't know what to expect. And Jonathan says, is that why you got them boxing gloves on? Jonathan is peeping everything. But JB was like, nah, that's just an arm brace. But I mean, shit, if it get down to it like that, then it's going to go down. Because I really throw them things. And I believe him. Shit, JB fine ass. He look like he done been in a couple scuffles, okay? So they pull up to the house, and y'all, the house is huge, yo. It is massive. And it's so beautiful. Oh, my God. The inside and out. They got a basketball court, a little golf course. Like, nigga, they did they thing when they picked this house. It is so beautiful. And you know the boys, they can't wait to get inside. So the boys are walking in and they look up and they see a beautiful chandelier, y'all. And Relly B, he's looking around talking about some, damn, this house is big as my ass. Jonathan wasted no time. That nigga took off and ran upstairs, y'all. He booked it. That nigga ran upstairs and took the first room that he saw. He talking about some, oh yeah, this my room right here. This me. He saying his confessional, shit, it's every man for theyself. Fuck you talking about? Meanwhile, the rest of the boys, they're downstairs in the foyer, or the foyer if you fancy. And Relly B, he takes the opportunity to tell the boys that they should have some rules for the house, such as not going into each other's rooms, keeping the house clean, and they got some nice stuff up in there, so don't be throwing no stuff in there. Plus, if you want to fight, you can take your shit outside, because we ain't trying to mess up this nice-ass house. This won't nothing like the house we got last year, okay? So everybody agrees, and then they all separate to go find their rooms. Next thing you know, we see Jonathan talking about some, bitch, get the hell up out of her. Talking to Chef D, because he trying to come up in his room, trying to claim his room and shit. And he was like, nah, I already claimed this. When y'all was downstairs, y'all were playing. I came up here and got my room. This is my room right here. And Chef D was like, nah, we gonna share. He said, bitch, ain't nobody sharing with you, bitch. Jonathan was not playing. He must not know or seen last season, okay? When Jonathan had a ragtag somebody's ass because they didn't want to get up out his room or his Debo shit. Stop playing with Jonathan. He started pushing Chef D out the door, and Chef D was like, don't push me, ho. Man, Jonathan took off and ran. He tried to kick that nigga. Jonathan don't give no fucks, y'all. I swear to God, that nigga moved quick as a bitch, too. He got his ass the fuck up out of there, though. And his confessional, he gonna say, Big D, Badia, girl, you gotta get the hell up out of her. I don't care about nobody else getting no sleep. All I care about is my sleep, okay? I don't care about nobody else. So then we see the rest of the boys picking out their rooms. Orlando Brown love his room. Prince, he got the best room to me. I love his room. And JB's room too. JB had a sweet ass room. And Big Lou finds his room. Bradley got his own room. Everybody got their own space this time around. I love that. But then we get to Carry On, and this nigga got the twin bunk bed going on. He got Junior's room. But he ain't tripping about it though. I fuss with that. I like the fact that Carry On is being a good sport about it. He like, it's all cool. I should have moved a little bit faster, but it's all good. I'm gonna just take this, and when we get to the next house, I'm gonna get a better room. That's all. Ain't nothing to a player. Then we see Relly B. He finds a room that he loves with his little entrance to the balcony, and Chef D and Bangin', they coming behind him. He was like, girl, y'all too late. Go find y'all something else. And they sitting down talking or whatever, getting to the things of things, y'all. So this is where shit get a little real. So Chef D, he pops it off by saying, yo, yesterday was crazy, yo. And Bang was like, yeah, yesterday was crazy. I don't like what you did. Straight up, like getting straight to it. And Chef D was like, y'all don't even know everything that was going on, man. It won't even like that. But Banger was like, nah, man, you shouldn't have done that. Like, come on, that was too much. Jonathan is already more than enough that he could already handle. So you did not have to do that. And Chef D was like, I didn't even see Jonathan fighting him, though. Just straight lying. Like, boy, everybody saw that. That's what popped everything off. That's what gave you the okay and the green light to go run your ass over there. Come on, bro. We all saw that. Banger said, look, let me just say this. I feel like Jonathan was way more than enough for Anthony to handle at that time. And for you to jump in it, I feel like as a man, that was wrong. And I ain't like that shit. And Chef D trying to defend himself saying, well, he was online trying to bully me online for about a year. And Banger was like, how the hell he bully your big ass? Which is what I was thinking too. Like, nigga, what? Bullying? Come on, bro. But he was like, yo, I got a whole brand, bro. And he was ruining my business, telling people not to work with me, messing up my money and shit. You can't fuck with my money. And I understand that. I get that. But a conversation could have been had. You didn't have to just jump and pounce on a nigga. Or you could have waited and got your one-on-one when they was already over and done with. You should have been 10 toes down and shot him a fair one. And that's exactly what Banger was trying to tell him. But Chef D ain't trying to hear it. He's still defending what he did, talking about once you fuck with my money, all bets are off. So them niggas just gonna have to agree to disagree right now. Because Relly B tells them, y'all gotta get the fuck out because I'm about to have phone sex with my men. So y'all gotta go, okay? So they get up out of there, and it's another room that's connected through a bathroom from Dorelli's room. And Banger like, shit, this is my room. He put his stuff down. He chilling or whatever, laying all on the bed. And Chef D looking like, damn, where my room at? I gotta find me a room too. And Banger looking like, okay, well, go do that somewhere else. You ain't gonna find it in here. So Chef D started getting mad, talking about something. Yeah, we're gonna have to be bunking up in here. And I ain't trying to do no bunking. And Banger like, I ain't doing no bunking either. This is my room, so you gotta get the fuck up out of here. I ain't doing no more talking. I'm not about to keep going back and forth with you. This is my room, and you need to go find you one outside of here. So at first, I thought they was about to bang. I'm like, yo, this is the second time that these two done went back and forth. Something telling me that some shit about to pop off between them two. But Chef D ended up taking his L and walking out the room. And Banger was like, yeah, and like I thought. Because he was not about to raise up out of there. Like I say, he must ain't see season 1, honey. Niggas don't play about their beds. So all of the bedrooms are taken, and Chef D ends up getting the weakest room in the house, which is a little girl's room with 2 twin-size beds. And pink headboards, child, flowers and trees on the wall and shit. God don't like ugly. And he petty as hell, too. So the boys see the room that Chef D got, and they start fucking with him, Carry On and Orlando, talking about stuff. Hey, Chef D, you can have tea parties up in here. But like I said, that's exactly what his ass gets. Since you like to jump your ass in that twin-size bed. Twin. Wow. Nigga. So then in the next scene, we see Prince in his room, y'all. And that's my favorite room in the house, y'all. His room was sweet. How ironic. You're so sweet. Some of the boys come and check on him. We got Raz B, Carry On, and Orlando Brown. They come sit on the couch in Prince's room. And, you know, they just chopping it up. And Carry On, he says in his confessional, damn, Prince room sweet as hell. I kind of feel like it would fit a king like me, but you know what? It's all good. I ain't tripping on it. I'm going to get a nice room when we get to the next house. And Raz B asked Carry On, you a OG, what you think about the house rule situation? And he was like, shit, this how I go. Finders keepers, losers sweepers. You know, I ain't tripping though. And then Prince, he tell Orlando, yo, brother, like all these blogs and social media and media outlets that be talking about you, they always be saying that you know, crazy, deranged, you're aggressive, you ain't got your head all the way together. Like, just based off of what I've seen in our conversations and how we talk, to me, it really seems like you got some clarity about yourself. And I don't like the narrative or the perception that they're trying to paint you as. And Orlando, he respects that. He tells Prince, thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. And I'm glad that there's some bonding and some brotherhood that's going on in the group. I can tell that these guys, like I said before, these are the chill guys. And most of them was in the same sprinter except for Raz B, but he's real chill, laid back too. So he definitely fits with this group of guys right here. I thought that was really sweet for Prince to say that to him. No pun intended. You're so sweet. So he kicks all the guys out of his room. And then we cut to the next scene. We see Jonathan unpacking. And Big Lou comes in to check on him. And Jonathan in his confessional was like, look, bitch, I'm out here sweating. It's hot out here. And this bitch gonna come up and hurt all of my face. What you want, ho? I love the way he talked. But they sit down and chop it up. And we find out that Big Lou is a stylist and that he came on the show to, you know, promote his business. And also, Jonathan was the one that put him on. And he actually was Big Lou's first client. Jonathan gives Big Lou some advice and tells him, if you're going to be here to promote your business, then don't be fighting and shit. Like, just come here, have fun, and do what you do. And Big Lou, he agrees with that. So next thing you know, we see Dorelli. He comes strolling in, and Jonathan was like, who is that? And he says, Dorisha. He is a character, boy. Oh my gosh. Him and Orlando, they are the funny ones on this show. So they start play fighting and stuff. And I love this little scene between them. It's good to see Jonathan's, you know, sweeter and nicer side. Because it's cool as hell. But you just don't fuck with him. Don't cross him. But on a serious note, Relly B wants to talk to Jonathan about Anthony and that whole situation and trying to mend their friendship and come together to at least talk. And Jonathan won't with it at first. He was like, bitch ain't nothing to talk about and bitch ain't no problem. I beat that hoe up and I beat her up again. I beat her up because what she did. Bitch ain't nothing to talk about. And poor Relly, he is trying so hard to convince Jonathan to have a conversation with Anthony. And he's like, can y'all at least just talk and have a conversation? And Jonathan was like, bitch, I can talk to anybody. So Relly was like, okay, so you agree to talk to him? Because I just want y'all to coexist in the same house without hurting each other. And Jonathan looked at him and said, bitch ain't no problem. I ain't gonna hurt her. Then he kicked the boys out and he tells Relly B to go charge up your leg monitor. Relly B was like, oh, you right. Thank you, friend. He forgot already. So then we see the chill niggas. They're walking around exploring the house and seeing what else is in there. They see the theater, they see the gym, and then they see the basketball court. So they run out there. It's JB Prince, and then Orlando and Raz B, they come and join them too. So they just playing around, shooting some shots. And next thing you know, Orlando passes the ball to Raz B. And that nigga was not looking. Y'all, the ball smacked him dead in his face. He said, ooh.
Bad boy.
Orlando was like, oh, shit, cut. My bad, bro. He go and dap him up or whatever. Raz B said he good. But y'all, that ball smacked the shit out of him. I rewinded it like 10 times. So then Orlando asked JB, like, yo, where's Anthony? Because he wasn't in the sprinter with us. And JB was like, he wasn't with y'all because he wasn't with us either. Everybody looking like, damn, where Anthony at? So everybody's starting to peep that Anthony is not in the house. Prince says in his confessional, I don't give a F about Anthony. Why are we talking about this dude? So then after the basketball game, the boys, they all go in the house and they in the kitchen chopping it up and rolling up, taking shots. And the conversation comes up again about the fight the night before, talking about Anthony, because everybody noticing that Anthony is not there. Carry-On wants to know what's really going on. So he asked Chef D, like, yo, what happened? Like, why did you jump in that shit? Like, what went on? Chef D starts telling everybody about how Anthony been trolling him on the internet for a year and coming between him and his friendships and his business relationships and coming between his money. He basically was trying to stop his bag. And I understand that. But the part that everybody has a problem with is the fact that he did not stand up to Anthony and squared up with him one-on-one. And that's when Banga jumps in it and he tells everybody that he had a problem with what happened and how Chef D went about it. And him and Chef D had a conversation and he basically told him how he felt. Big Lou tells everybody, come on, man, let's just take some shots and have fun and turn up. Fuck all that bickering stuff, man. But then Jonathan, he walks up in the kitchen and everybody's like, oh shit. Boy, they backs be straightening up when that nigga walk in the room. But he was like, what's going on? What y'all talking about? And Chef D says, well, we were talking about Banga and how he had a problem with me jumping in the fight or whatever like that. And Jonathan was like, what's the problem? Who got a problem? Who said what? He ready. He on go. And Banga basically, explains himself to Jonathan. And Jonathan was like, but you don't know everything, ho. You don't know everything about her. That bitch fake as hell. She might mess around and get you in some shit you don't know about. You ever been to some shit you don't know about? And Banga looking like, no. Jonathan was like, well, all right then. Don't defend that hoe if you don't know everything. Don't defend her. Boy, he shut Banga ass down, walked right out the kitchen. Everybody else followed right along with him. He didn't know what to say after that. He tried, but I appreciate the fact that Banga did say something because it was wrong. And I'm glad that he said that to Chef D because he needed to hear that. So shout out to him and Relly B for being real and calling a spade a spade. So then the boys all go outside to have a powwow. They smoking outside and chilling, vibing. They spitting little ciphers and having little freestyle battles and stuff. It was really dope. I love the bonding of it all. JB says in his confessional that that's the first real time they all got together and, started vibing out and chilling, whatever, and getting to know each other. Relly B pops it off with a little freestyle. Everybody going around spitting bars. Big Lou starts beatboxing, and then Banga, he started doing his little two-step dance. Everybody was laughing and dancing and having fun. It was a cute little scene. So because they're all having fun together and they want to enjoy their first night there, they're going to celebrate by going out to the strip club. So they about to all get ready and get dressed and get cute. So they all disperse and go in their own separate rooms. And before all this went down, Relly B was actually in his room FaceTiming Anthony to find out where he at. Because at this point, everyone knows that he's not there. Anthony picks up the phone and Relly B asks him, bitch, where are you at? And he says that he had to clear his head and all that stuff that went on was crazy. But he said he's not going out like no sucker bitch. So he'll be back and he's going to call Relly B when he's outside. Relly B was like, okay, girl. And that's what's up. Even though I don't really see it for Anthony, I'm glad that he's not going out like no punk. So he's going to come back to the house and you already know that's when everything pops off. So Anthony pulls up to the house and he gets out the car and he's rolling deep with security, honey. He says in his confessional that he wants to make sure that he doesn't get jumped and he don't know what to expect coming to the house. We see Relly B, he opens the door for him and gives him a hug. And Anthony was like, girl, they tried to kill me. Honey, they didn't try. They did. They did.
Was at the hospital bed. Said, nigga, are you dead? My nigga said, yeah.
So Relly B takes Anthony to one of the rooms and Carry-On looks from up top. He can see Anthony walking in. He like, oh, snap. So he goes in the room with them so he can find out what happened and is he okay? So they sit down and talk and Carry-On notices right off the bat that Anthony's hand is wrapped up. And he was like, yo, that came from yesterday? And Anthony was like, yeah, I didn't even feel it because my adrenaline was rushing when everything was going on. And he was like, I can't believe that Jonathan snuffed me like that. And technically, he did snuff him. And I fucks with Jonathan. He's one of my favorites on the show. But I gotta say, Jonathan, that was a weak move. So Carry-On and Darrell, they're asking Anthony, like, what's up? Are you going to stay in the house? Are you going to leave? What's going on? And Anthony was like, no, I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay in my ground. I'm not leaving out of here like a weak bitch. And I can respect Anthony for that. Because like I said, I don't think Anthony is a fighter. That's clear as day. But what I can say is Anthony does stick up for himself. And he does fight back. Every fight he's been in last season and this season, he has fought back. So we're going to get to that in a minute. So Carry On, he's confused. He's like, what happened? Like, what is this all about? And Anthony goes into the whole spiel about why him and Jonathan are beefing. Basically, Jonathan butthurt because Anthony did some business with somebody that he don't like, his op. But Anthony was like, it wasn't even like that. Like, he's a paying customer, so I'm going to treat him accordingly. I don't fuck with him like that, but at the end of the day, I'm going to make sure that he gets all the accommodations that he paid for. That's my business. I'm a businessman at the end of the day. But when it comes to Chef D, I never liked that bitch from the jump. I was like, damn, Anthony. He claims that Chef D has been talking shit about Natalie Nunn, which is supposed to be his best friend. And he said when he saw that, he already knew off rip that he can't trust him. And you know what? I kind of believe him. I feel like Chef D is on some snake ass shit. And he already been caught in a lie. And we're going to get into the next lie in a minute. But he got caught up in a lie when he was talking with Banga. And that lets me know that he can't be trusted. So, Chef D, I'm not feeling you right now. You at the bottom of my list right now, bro. So then Anthony says, well, what's up? I'm ready to turn up. Where the shots at? So the boys are like, come on, let's go to the kitchen. And Anthony was like, yeah, I'm here. Let's turn up. Where's my room at? Dorelli said, ooh, girl, I don't know. So they tell him that they're about to get ready for the season 2 toast. And they're about to gather everybody around. And while they're having the toast, they're going to have a conversation with Jonathan and see if they can clear the air between them. So now, y'all, we get to the best scene of the episode. Relly B, Carry On, and Anthony, they go into the game room and they grab a glass of champagne that Relly B already had placed out for the guys. And they gather around the pool table and wait for everybody to come downstairs. The boys start coming in and everybody is shocked to see Anthony. Bango said he was excited to see him and he went to go stand next to him. He's happy that he's standing up for himself and he's back in the house. Chef D, he was looking shooketh like, oh, the bitch is here. Like, nigga, I bet you did think that he was gone. That's egg on your face twice in the same damn day. Anthony don't want to talk to Chef D anyway. He can care less about him. He's here to talk to Jonathan because he actually had a friendship with Jonathan and he's who he care about. Speaking of Jonathan, he walks in the room, baby, and he looking like, what this bitch doing her? Oh, these sneaky bitches got this bitch her? Well, I've been waiting. So come on, bitch, let me hear it. Relly B says in his confessional that his main goal tonight is to get Jonathan and Anthony to talk. And he's very optimistic that this could go right, but he's also scared as hell. He should be.
Don't be too scared.
So then Carry On, he starts everything off with the Bad Boys Season 2 toast. And everybody raise their glasses and do the toast. So the boys is like, what we doing? We going outside? And Relly B was like, hold on, we can't go outside yet, y'all. We can't go outside until we fix everything that's going on inside the house. And everybody looking like, oh shit. It's about to go down. Relly B says, well, I talked to Jonathan and I talked to Anthony and you guys both agreed to talk to each other. And Jonathan cuts Relly B off and was like, we ain't agreed to talk. And Relly B was like, yeah, you said it was okay, right? Like Jonathan was like, nigga, I didn't say that verbatim. I said I don't have no problem talking to him. I didn't say that I want to talk to him. I didn't agree to shit. That's basically what he was saying. So that's when Anthony confronts Jonathan and he's like, look, I understand why you're upset with me and why you're frustrated with me. I get that. That's cool. But I don't feel like the energy that you've been giving me is worth our friendship. Like the way you've been coming off at me and the way you acted, like you're way smarter than to act like that. And it really gagged me and it low-key hurt my feelings. Jonathan says in his confessional, bitch, you knew you was wrong because you knew I wasn't the type of bitch to play with. Jonathan was like, well, you shouldn't have caused friendship over $300. How you gonna do me like that over a bitch that tried to play you? And Anthony was like, he ain't playing me. He might have played you, but he ain't playing me. Jonathan said, not a nail hole ever played me. Anthony says, my loyalty was to you. So with that being said, that's why I took their money because my loyalty was with you. That's when Chef D says in his confessional that just watching Anthony and Jonathan go back and forth is really pitiful and Anthony's coming off like a weak bitch. And I'm like, Chef D, you the weak bitch. You the one pulling weak ass moves, jumping on people. Come on, son. Is that not the pot calling the kettle black? Didn't he just punk you earlier today and put his foot to your ass? Did you forget?
Goddamn, kicking bitches out the condo like Pam.
Bye, Chef Boyardee. Anthony got way more heart than you standing up to Jonathan like that. You could never. Then Jonathan tells Anthony, I don't know why you keep talking about that money shit, because every time I walk through your club, you made money off of me. So I don't want to hear none of that. I don't know what type of other hoes you used to dealing with, but I'm not one of them. I ain't none of them.
Boy, stop bitching. Ho, I'm not your last nigga. No.
Anthony tries to tell Jonathan that he might have felt played, but he didn't play him, and he didn't try to. But then he turns his attention to Chef D, baby, because he got in that ass. Anthony says, look, I'm not trying to fight with you or anybody else over no dumb shit. And as for you, Chef D, I can give two fucks about you. I don't like your ass. I was never friends with your ass. And the fact that you ran and jumped in that fight between me and Jonathan, that just shows me that you a big ass pussy. Baby! He read Chef D for Phil. Everybody's like, oh, time to go. Baby, he ate his ass up in one breath. And all Chef D had to say was, wow, so we not friends now? We not friends now? Anthony was like, no, we was never friends. I was never friends with you, bitch. Then Relly B, he chimed in and he dropped some tea that nobody knew about. Well, we all were friends. We all used to live together at one point. Talking about Jonathan, Chef D, Anthony, and him, and maybe some other people, but we all look alike. Say what? Say what? He just said it so nonchalantly that it had to be true. And Chef D had this look on his face like, oh shit. He starts lying, saying, what? We ain't never lived together. I ain't never lived with y'all. What you talking about? Then Anthony follows up with a rebound and says, yes, you did used to live with me. I wasn't even going to bring it up because it's not important, but yes, you did used to live with me. And baby! Anthony straight cracked Chef D's face, baby. He had his look on his face like, damn. Checkmate, bitch. Baby, Chef D was looking so guilty, baby. He tried to lie and backpedal and pussy pop. Child, he was backpedaling and pussy popping on a handstand. They just aired his shit out and put him on blast, y'all. So he starts getting aggressive now because they don't put his business out there. Anthony tells Chef D, if me and Jonathan are fighting, why would you jump in our fight? Why you can't get a one-on-one on your own? Chef D was like, I didn't jump in the fight, but you can get a one-on-one right now. We can go right now. So he starts walking around the table, getting closer to Anthony, and Anthony was like, back the fuck up. He said it like 3-4 times, and Chef D getting closer and closer. And so was the security in the back. Them niggas started moving. Anthony said that he wasn't trying to fight anyone right now because his hand wasn't healed yet. But Chef D didn't care about none of that. He ran up and hit Anthony. All you see is hand swinging, and a bunch of windmilling going on. But somehow, Chef D and the security guard that was holding him, they ended up falling to the floor, and the other security guard is pulling Anthony away. I didn't really see a lot of hits being landed, but it was a lot of hits being thrown and windmills being thrown. I know it was breezy in there. They was windmilling for their life, honey. Security breaks them up, and everybody in the back is like, oh, snap, oh, snap. And that's where the episode cuts off, you guys. And we're going to see on the next episode the aftermath of the fight. And we're also going to see Banga and Big Lou get into a scuffle, honey. I don't even know what that was about, but I can't wait to see it. It looks like Big Lou slapped the shit out of him, though. I ain't gonna lie, so I want to see that fight. And we see that Anthony's friend comes to the house after the fight between him and Chef D, and he finds out what happens, and he gets upset outside, get to cussing, talking about, you a weak-ass bitch. Baby, and Jonathan ends up taking off and running. Child, it's going to be lit next episode. I cannot wait. Well, that's it for this episode, you guys. I cannot wait to hear what you guys have to say about this. Drop down and get your ego on in the comments and tell me what you thought about this whole entire episode. Tell me what you guys thought about my review. And tell me what you guys think about Chef D getting called out by Banga. Do you think he was lying when he said he didn't see Jonathan attack Anthony before he decided to jump in the fight? How do you guys feel about the beef between Jonathan and Anthony? Do you think it's low-key childish of Jonathan to feel the way he feels? Or do you feel like Jonathan was well within his right and Anthony is the one that's wrong? Also, tell me what you think about the tea that Relly B spilled talking about how Chef D used to live with Anthony. Child, it's a mess, but I'm here for it. Okay, guys, that's all I got. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that like button before you click off of the video. Share if you care, and hit that notification bell button so you can get the drop every time that I drop. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.